Solve the inequality x squared minus 4x plus 1 is greater than 6 using algebra. This is the way I prefer it. Now, I'm so glad that we just practiced factoring not that long ago. We're going to solve this as if it said equals, right? And we'll figure out the inequality later. But we're going to solve x squared minus 4x plus 1 equals 6. Now, we're going to have to move that 6 to the other side by subtracting 6. Which would give us x squared minus 4x minus 5 equals 0. Now, if we were to factor that, factors of 5 that are 4 apart would be 5 and 1. So we would say that's x minus 5 times x plus 1 equals 0. Now, the two answers there would be x equals positive 5 and x equals negative 1. So these are kind of like our critical points. So I want you to picture a number line. So we'd have negative 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, there's points forever in both directions. A couple things. The greater than sign means they would be like open dots back in the day, because they're not going to include negative 1 or 5. But we do need to see which part of this number line is included. So we have to pick a couple test points. So let's pick a point to the left of negative 1, like negative 5 or negative 3 or anything. Anything over there is fine. You could choose negative 10. Great. Let's try negative 2. And we're going to sub it into the original inequality. Negative 2 squared is 4. Negative 4 times negative 2 is 8. 4 plus 8 is 12, plus 1 is 13. 13 is greater than 6. Fantastic. So that side of 1 would be included. Perfect. Let's try a chunk in the middle. Let's try 0. So 0 squared minus 4 times 0 plus 1 is greater than 6. 0 squared, 0. 4 times 0 is 0. So we have 1 is greater than 6. That's not true. So we're not going to shade the part where 0 is. And 0 is right here. So that middle part is not included. But let's check the right side of this number line. So something greater than 5. Let's pick 10. So if we chose 10, let's see, 10 squared minus 4 times 10 plus 1 is greater than 6. 10 squared is 100. 4 times 10 is 40. 100 minus 40 is 60, plus 1 is 61. 61 is greater than 6. So yeah, the stuff to the right of 5 also works with the original inequality. So here's how we're going to say that. We're going to say, well, x could be less than negative 1, right? Because that worked. So x can be less than negative 1, or x can be to the right of 5. So x could be greater than 5. So the way we can write that in interval notation would be, so less than negative 1, we could write that as negative infinity to negative 1, and that gets a parentheses, right? Because it's just less than. In union with greater than 5, you would write as positive 5 to positive infinity. So these ones are a little tougher. You gotta think of it as a number line and take a little sample from each part of that number line. It's gonna be broken up into 3 chunks that you're gonna have to test out, okay? So we got 2 on the next one. I'd like you to try them. So I'll slide them down here, but I'll also start off the next video with them. Try them out, see if you can factor them, and get kind of your 3 parts, and we'll go through them on the next video.